we've been on this property now for 30 odd years, both passionate about living on the land. Our 3 daughters grew up in a lifestyle that I would encourage anyone to bring their children up in. During the drought, we never really experienced anything like it.
For us here, it started in the around 2015 and continued to get worse. We had some periods of rain, but it slowly started to bite, and I think that's what caught a lot of people out. Gradually, the dams dried out, the grasses didn't grow, people were hanging on for rain. They all said, it's going to rain one day. And I was thinking to myself, one day, when's one day going to be? So why aren't we prepared? Why do we just go with this boom and bust?
The drought was very, very hard on all farming families, and a lot of people didn't survive. They sold their businesses, they got out of farming. We obviously don't want to do that. We want to have it forever and have it for our kids.
When we started our activities under the Innovation Hub and the Future Drought Fund, we wanted to make sure that we were meeting the needs of farmers in our region, and so we worked with our partners to find out what the gaps were in terms of services available to producers. And what we found was that there was plenty of technical information around about how to feed animals during a drought, how to manage during a drought, what infrastructure you might need. But what was really missing was that big picture overview about what's the strategy for the business and improving their ability to plan and to think about the finances and to also look after themselves.
One day when I was at work, an email flicked up randomly onto my screen from the Future Drought Fund, and it gave an overview of this program. And at that point in time, I was feeling quite stale about the farm. We were thinking, well, really, do we just sell? Our children are they're very keen that we keep the farm.
So often in drought, the focus is on the livestock, it's on the property, it's on those immediate situations that are in front of a family. It's the people side of drought that gets pushed to the side. Farming Family Reboot's an initiative that we're really proud of at Rural Aid, and we feel it's a really powerful thing to take families away from the farm for a brief period of time to come and get some new skills and some new knowledge and some new tools. There's a network of other producers who here learning with them, all united by that one big challenge that we're trying to solve, and that's how do you be better prepared for the next dry spell when it's coming.
Each family will have its particular requirements. So some are here to think about succession planning and goal setting. Some families come along because they're finding that they're diverging a bit in their goals and what they're aspiring to achieve in the farming business. And so this is, it's that the importance of getting away from the day-to-day grind and saying, what's going on here? How can we sort this out in terms of our personal relationship, in terms of our business relationship? Because we all know farming is unique in the sense that we live together, work together, have our children on the farm. Everything's so integrated, and sometimes we need to untangle all of that a bit and set some new priorities and some new goals. Others are particularly here to want to improve their pastures or to improve their grazing management skills.
Succession planning's always been something in the back of our mind for probably 7 years now, but we just haven't taken that step to work out what we want to do. Our younger son actually wants to follow in my husband's footsteps and continue that legacy. So we want to be able to also provide something for our eldest son who isn't into farming.
I thought it'd be a great opportunity to reconnect as a family with my husband and my children, to have a break from the farm and the work life, just from the daily stresses, but also to learn to hopefully better prepare our business for the next drought.
One of the greatest assets of the Family Farming Reboot that I've found is the Ag 360 program. It is so user-friendly. It is a program that maps your property. It gives you rainfall data, it gives you feed budgets, different types of soils.
So easy to use, and it's very relevant, and it's been made by people that understand agriculture, not just made by tech people. So I think that's going to be a very handy tool for in the future. You've got to really run the numbers by it before you make up your decisions what you're going to do, because if the numbers don't add up, well, there's no point in doing it just because you've always done it.
One of the things we learnt was just measuring grass to calculate how much we've actually got in a paddock. So you know when you can put stock back on or when you've got to take them off, looking after your plants so they'll look after you.
So the presenters at the Drought Hub, I believe they really nailed it. Everything they taught us and showed us, they backed up with their own resources and their own experiments they'd done in the paddocks, in the properties that they have around the Armidale University.
We could see how much research and development is going into farming or agribusiness, agriculture at the moment, and that was something that blew me away.
The beauty of the Farming Family Reboot program is it's not anchored to any one location. It can be picked up and taken right around the country.
And we are starting to get inquiries from across Australia as to whether it could be run in that region.
Strategic planning, business planning, that is something that you do at night time when you're really tired, and it's like, well, we'll put that away for tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. So it was a great opportunity to just refocus.
I'm not into going away to courses. Traditionally I'm better spending time here. I thought the program was fantastic. It's just not about farming, it's about the whole lifestyle.
You can never stop learning, and there's different ways of doing things now. Can't change the weather, but we can do other things to help. I just come with an open mind. We can go home and maybe try different things or prepare better for it if it does come dry again.
What I found at the program, which was so different to other programs during the drought, was the mental health component. There was a lot more positivity and a lot more explanation, and I took so much more away.
Too often we think we know everything, or we think we're on the right track, but we're not open to new ideas. People get up at 5 and they just get out there and they do what they've got to do, and it becomes a chore. But that's not what it's about. It has to be about, we can beat all this, we can beat this, we can do this, and the renewed enthusiasm I got from this course has been the difference for me. Everybody got something out of it. Even though there were people there that ran goats, people ran sheep, people ran cattle, people in different areas, everybody was facing the same issues. Just to see all the enthusiasm and to see how they all faced the most terrible time of their life, which was that last drought, and the way they got through it, and the fact that they got through it and they were still going, and they were looking for answers and looking for ways to mitigate that, just put me in the right direction. And my wife and I, we have this renewed vigour. We're going to be able to ride out the next drought and adapt our business to it.